Hello and welcome. My name is Kristen Glass, and I'm the Girl Scout Council of Greater New York's Virtual Strategy Development Manager. Thank you for expressing your interest in a GSUSA Zoom license for your troop. We admire and appreciate your commitment to providing girls with the Girl Scout leadership experience in a new virtual way. As your council, we are so excited to provide you with the tools and resources to continue the important work of our mission. That being said, the safety and well-being of our girls and adult members is always our highest priority. In this video, I will explain how these standards will be upheld, as well as many of the important things you need to know in order to 1. Request and obtain a GSZoom license, and 2. Your responsibilities and requirements of upholding the agreement associated with that license. So let's get started. As you may know already, GSUSA, in partnership with Zoom, is offering Zoom annual licenses at a discounted price for purchase through your council. The cost is $36 per license for the year, and the license is requested through our online interest form. Once you have submitted your request, we will begin the process of ensuring you have met our prerequisites, which are as follows. Your troop must be active with at least 2 approved co-leaders, registered, background cleared, and trained, and your troop must have registered girls. You must be a Girl Scout leader and provide a personal email address to be associated with the Zoom license. General inbox emails do not qualify for these licenses. You must provide the troop number or multiple troop numbers that you personally will oversee with the Zoom license. Licenses are available only for individual leaders and cannot be shared between leaders or troops without approval. Lastly, you must ensure that at least 2 approved background-checked adults are present in all online rooms, including breakout rooms. Meeting or taking action to meet these requirements is your first step. Next is understanding what you will be agreeing to as a GSUSA Zoom license account holder. The GSUSA Licensed Zoom User Agreement applies to any and all authorized users that receive a GSUSA Zoom license to be used for only designated purposes. Authorized user refers to council employees, volunteers, and troop leaders approved by the Girl Scout Council of Greater New York to be a Zoom account holder. The authorized user is the person responsible for the Zoom account and all ongoing meetings. Designated purpose is defined as use by volunteers for approved Girl Scout activities related to their role. For example, hosting Girl Scout troop meetings and troop meeting activities and ceremonies, meeting with other Girl Scout troop leaders or guardians, or hosting service unit or troop events provided the service unit has approved each specific event. You may not use this license for any other non-Girl Scout or personal related purposes. When using this license, you will also be responsible for taking and upholding basic safety and cybersecurity precautions. You may not share your Zoom license info, including username and password, with anyone other than the authorized administrator. This single license is only for your use. This does not mean that you are alone in your Zoom host capabilities or responsibilities, however. As the account holder, you can designate alternative hosts when setting up your account or Zoom meetings. But it does mean that you are expected to be in attendance each time the Zoom license is in use. Consider a second account or designating a separate account or account holder if you are part of multiple troops or committees. Since Zoom accounts are created, validated, and credentialed based on unique email addresses, a user may not have multiple accounts with the same email address. Please keep this in mind when providing us with the desired email or account holder info. If you decide to use your own Zoom account or non-GSUSA licensed account, you must still meet our established norms and know the Zoom settings that must still be used to protect yourself and your girls while online. It's your responsibility to modify settings and participant capabilities depending on your audience. We will go over the recommended Zoom meeting settings in just a bit. While it is the responsibility of each Zoom user to review the user agreement, it is up to you as the account holder to make sure that the terms are adhered to. Never share private information, collected or distributed confidential or personal information of others. You, as well as other online meeting attendees, will not share membership information or private contact information while online. This includes phone numbers, full names, addresses, school information, and so forth. Beware of any intellectual property or property rights of others, including copyrights of shared streamed media or materials. Only show a recording on a Zoom meeting provided that you or your counsel has obtained the necessary permissions or releases for such a recording. Only grant meeting entry to guests that are confirmed to be invited guests. Consider closing your meeting after all have arrived. Do not post meeting login details on any public-facing space, including a public web page or a public Facebook, Instagram, or other social media. You may only distribute login information by email or private phone message with instructions that meeting participants must not share the login information for the meeting with any persons. Login information should also only be distributed to parents or guardians of minors, never directly to the minor or to a minor's email. And the parent or guardian shall be clearly informed that he or she is responsible for that minor's activities while logged into Zoom. As a troop leader or council volunteer, you are not authorized to use a GSUSA Zoom license for any public-facing event, and no troop meeting shall be open to the general public or be posted on a public-facing platform like social media. As the account holder, you are responsible for all activity on Zoom that takes place under your GSUSA Zoom license. You are responsible for your own conduct as well as any data, text, information, graphics, music, photos, video clips, and other content or materials you submit, post, display, or make available through the GSUSA license. You are also responsible for material posted by any meeting participants. Notify your council immediately if there is any incident of note via our virtual troop incident report form, the link to which is provided to you when your license is issued. Incidents of note include, but are not limited to, changes in troop leadership or numbers of co-leaders, troop member conflict, security breaches, Zoom agreement violations, inappropriate content shared, or when you no longer are using your GSUSA licensed Zoom account. Now that you have an understanding of your responsibilities, you can take the necessary steps to prepare for your first online Zoom meeting. Log into the My Account portal, formerly known as MyGS, located on our GSGNY website, to check your troop roster. All girls who participate in virtual Girl Scout meetings must be registered for the current membership year. Provide and go over the Girl Scout Internet Safety Pledge with your troop. Encourage guardians to also go over this with their girl and set online boundaries at home. Meeting participants must agree and be held to a behavior agreement, which covers restrictions and consequences for sharing inappropriate content or making obscene, vulgar, or other prohibitive statements. You must obtain documented guardian consent for the minor who is participating in Zoom meetings. This will be obtained via the newly revised 2021 Girl Health and Safety Record Form, the form you collect usually at the beginning of each troop year, or through a simple supplemental form which we will provide to you. Parent or guardian consent is also needed regarding the collection of any and all personal information. At this time, due to the current wording and restrictions of the GSUSA Zoom User Agreement, we advise that you do not record Zoom meetings that involve minors. The agreement may change, and we will update you as soon as possible regarding any amendments. Consent language and forms will be provided. You may, however, record meetings that involve only adults, as long as you obtain written consent in advance. A consent form will also be provided to help you facilitate this. Start to familiarize yourself with Zoom use as well as its available tools and settings to safely host online meetings. This includes how to disable screen sharing, microphones, or video for participants. You must be ready and able to use those tools to prevent inappropriate or obscene conduct. Consider that different precautions or Zoom settings may be needed depending on your audience. As your Girl Scout Council, it is our responsibility to instruct you in Zoom proficiency. More trainings, resources, and helpful guides are soon to come. In the meantime, let's go over some of the Zoom settings and features you should explore and start using immediately. Invite participants to meetings using a unique meeting ID, not your personal meeting ID. Always require meeting passwords. You can even change this to a word or phrase rather than a number code if you'd like. Enable the waiting room so that you can screen participants before entry. Disable allowing the meeting to begin without you or another host present. Assign a co-lead host when setting up your meetings. Lock the meeting once all participants have arrived. Disable participant-controlled recording. Mute all participants and unmute one at a time. Set a standard of how you would like girls to constructively communicate. Disable whiteboards and screen sharing by participants unless you choose to allow this. This might depend on your audience or activity. Download Zoom updates when offered, as Zoom is improving security features frequently. We are reaching the end, and I thank you for your attention during this presentation. I want to leave you with some final reminders. You are responsible for everything that takes place in your meeting and on your account. Remember to get consent, both for meetings and personal information being shared, as well as for recordings. Use the virtual troop incident report form. We can only address problems that we know about. And remember to regularly communicate with your volunteer support and troop engagement specialists. They have a wealth of information and knowledge that can help you. They have heard and seen it all. We admire your resilience and know that nothing can stop Girl Scouts. Our girls need you now more than ever as they become young women of courage, confidence, and character that this world needs. We are here to help you and encourage you to reach out should you have any questions. We are excited to continue to provide you with the resources and virtual engagement best practices you need to succeed. Thank you for all that you do.